Hey there, I'm Lee. Welcome to my kitchen. Now, I love a good crumpet. I've been eating them for years, but the shop bought ones full of additives and preservatives, so I figured, why not make my own? Today I'm going to show you how to make proper homemade crumpets that are light, airy and just insanely good with a bit of butter or jam if you're like me. And yep, we Brits are obsessed. In 2016, we bought over 365 million packs of crumpets, including 700 million baked annually by Warburtons alone. That's a lot of butter-soaked goodness. But let's be honest, nothing beats freshly made crumpets, hot from the pan, so let's get into the recipe. You're going to need 180 grams of plain or all-purpose flour, 235 ml of lukewarm water, around 40 centigrade, 1 teaspoon of instant or active dry yeast, 1 teaspoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of olive oil and 30 grams of softened butter for greasing your crumpet rings. So first we're going to activate the yeast. In a jug, mix the sugar with lukewarm water, add your yeast, stir well and leave it for around 10 minutes until it starts to bubble. This shows your yeast is alive and ready to go. Now let's make the batter. In a large mixing bowl, add the flour and salt. Pour in the yeast mixture. Shift in your baking powder to avoid any lumps. Whisk it all together, about 2 to 3 minutes by hand or 1 minute if you're using an electric whisk. Stop halfway, whichever method you're using, to scrape down the sides of the bowl. Now we're going to proof the batter. Cover the bowl, I use a tea towel. It traps the moisture but lets the batter breathe. Now pop it somewhere warm. I use the oven with the light on. Now we want to leave it in there for 45 minutes until it's bubbly and risen. So we have waited our 45 minutes and we can see it is well risen and super bubbly. Try not bashing it around like me here, this is just to show you how active it is. These will give us the traditional holes. Right, time to cook the crumpets. You need a non-stick pan and some metal crumpet rings or cutty cutters, no plastic. Heat your pan to 190°C, that's 375 Fahrenheit. I use one of these fancy temperature probes. They're not that expensive, there's links in the description if you want to buy one. Grease your rings with olive oil and butter. Place the rings in the pan. If you don't have a fancy temperature probe, you want the butter to bubble. Fill halfway with batter. Try not overfilling. I find doing a single crumpet first is best to get everything right. Keep that heat steady. Too hot and you'll burn underneath. After around 5 minutes, you'll see the signature holes start to appear. You can pop them with a cocktail stick. It also allows you to see if they're cooked. Remove the rings and flip the crumpets to cook the tops, just a minute or two. Once you feel that everything is correct, cook in bigger batches, but don't overcrowd the pan. You'll get about 10 or 12 crumpets from this mix. Want to get fancy? Use cookie cutters to make heart shapes, star shapes, even dinosaur crumpets. The kids love them. Just make sure they're all metal and grease them well. Once they're done, if you can't resist, unlike me, let them cool slightly or toast them for 2 to 3 minutes until golden. Top them with salted butter, raspberry jam, honey, cream cheese, even peanut butter, or go wild with baked beans. What's your favourite topping? Let me know in the comments below. Too many crumpets to eat? No worries. These freeze brilliantly too, so make a big batch and stock up. There you have it, Fresh homemade crumpets with no weird ingredients. Super simple, super tasty. Give it a go and let me know how yours turn out. If you liked the video, hit the like, maybe the subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next recipe. And remember, the simple things really are the best. Catch you in the next one. Stay safe and happy cooking.